So that's why I think the Sony ZV-1 is the perfect option for your makeup and lifestyle channels. Yeah, I need to use the studio. What the heck are you doing? I'm showing how good the Sony ZV-1 is at filming a makeup tutorial. What's that on your face? Is that makeup? Yeah. Why? Why are you wearing makeup? How else am I gonna show how good this camera is? I mean, you know we're a Sony ZV-1 channel now, right? We have a bunch of people with makeup and lifestyle channels following us. Yeah, I saw that, but you don't need to put sparkly crap on your face to show off a camera. That sparkly crap is the eyeshadow palette called The Child by ColourPop. Link in description. Whatever. I need the studio to show these people how we light our YouTube videos. Okay, fine. I just gotta finish my setting spray. All right, just hurry up. Looking good, by the way. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Kyle Watts. So in the comment section, you guys have been asking me how I do my lighting in this YouTube studio. So today's video, we're going to go over what I use for lights, how I light everything in this room, and how you guys can get a similar look in your studio. Okay, so in my setup, I'm actually using 9 different lights. Some of them aren't really doing anything at all, and some are being kind of the heavy lifters of this room. So kind of just starting behind me, my first lamp is here. I have this just kind of IKEA lamp. Has a kind of cool industrial tungsten light bulb in it. And then I did just get a kind of a dimmer dial, so you can kind of control how bright you want this thing. But personally, it's a practical light, you guys, so unless I'm actually trying to showcase something, sometimes I keep my booster boards down here, pretty much you're just leaving that thing pretty low dimmed, because I don't want it to be too bright. I don't want it to blow out the background. I just want it to be kind of a decorative light. That's what practicals are mainly for. And then on my other side here, you'll see this little Himalayan lamp. That's kind of doing the same thing. It's mostly just for kind of a decoration lamp. It's being as a practical lamp. Depending on how high you turn that up, it can be a kind of a warm glow on the background. Right now that purple light behind it is actually kind of overtaking that, so I'm not really getting a lot of orange glow from that. But if those purple lights aren't on, that is a good thing that you can use those Himalayan salt lamps for, is to get kind of a warm orange glow out of the background. So then on the other part of this is the purple light that I have here. I'm just using this Light RGB light. These things are like 40-50 bucks. They're not too expensive. You can get like the aperture versions of these as well. But I'm just syncing this to the color that I want, and I'm putting it behind those lenses to get those lenses basically to pop out in the background as a decoration. And then I'm kind of just putting it up there as something to also kind of give some life to the room. I like the purple color, so I like putting my background as purple. All right, guys, if you guys want to know more about these Pocket RGB lights, go check out my buddy's channel. His name is Paul Feinberg. This is also his merch, so go pick up one of these if you can. He's got a couple really good videos on these lights, as well as some other RGB lights, a whole bunch of other film tutorial stuff, kind of filmmaking stuff, so very similar channel to this one. So if you guys like my channel, you're definitely going to like his channel as well. I was putting another light on this back wall here too, but I kind of do like the split in my videos of kind of this orangish tone and a purple tone. Kind of gives me a cool contrast. When I put a different LED light on these closet doors, the finish on this thing is kind of shiny and it kind of didn't look great, so I'm kind of keeping that side for that. Maybe someday I'll put a different background behind here. And then I have just another RGB light literally just sitting on the floor here. It's just to kind of give the rest of the side wall some color here. So then above me, I'm actually using a Viltrox light. This light is basically just my hair light here. I can kind of show you what it's doing here if I turn it off. So without it here, it still looks good. This is more of a dramatic look. We definitely just lost the Himalayan light, but you can see it kind of just disappear into the background at times. And that's also another thing that this light does good, is it kind of makes me pop out from the background just a bit, especially if you're wearing black clothes like I like to wear a lot. But what that does is it also gives you a nice little hair light behind your head, kind of just separates you from anything above you. Moving on though, I have the Light Sprite, which I did another video on. That's kind of being my edge light, rim light. And pretty much you kind of put this behind you, kind of at an angle. And really all it's doing is it's giving me this light edge on my side. I'll turn it off here. It's not a big difference, you guys, but it definitely adds that little bit of pop, a little bit of light on the shoulder. It's a little bit of a fill light as well as the edge light. Likes me stand out a little bit more from the background. One of the lights, you guys, by the way, the 9th light, is these Air Mag shoes that I have, the Nike Air Mags from Back to the Future. I do consider that lights. There are little practicals that are in the background, so that counts. Definitely doesn't do anything at all to the video itself. Onto my main light, right here off to my side, 45-degree angle from the camera. I'm using my key light, which is a Neewer or Godox SL60W, and I'm using the Nice Photo 36-inch kind of pop-up with a grid. I'm using the grid so I don't get a lot of light spill on the back, since I'm really close to the back wall. If you don't have a grid, it'll actually kind of leak on your back wall and light it up quite a bit. As far as this key light's concerned, the reason I got this one is because when I started this YouTube channel, I obviously didn't have a lot of money, so I wanted to get a light that was going to be good looking and inexpensive and affordable. So I picked the Neewer, which is also Godox SL60W, which is a 5600K light, and I paired it with the Nice Photo parabolic softbox that has a grid, and this is the one that actually kind of pops open and sets up easy, and you can take it down really quick. It's a very kind of a knockoff of the Aperture Light Dome 2. I really do like this light box. I don't travel with it a lot, so it's pretty much sits in here, so I'm not really too worried about taking it down a lot. But this, and then I paired it with kind of a really deluxe Neewer stand, and this light has been really good for me. I feel like it's great. You get a nice little remote with it, and it's a good looking key light. And the cool thing is the softbox I'm probably going to keep no matter what, but down the road if I want to upgrade my light, I can just switch out the light and good to go and continue on. But this is a good option. I think you're spending like 130 bucks for the light and maybe 120 bucks for the softbox. It's been a while since I bought this, but then the stand was like 50 to 60 bucks maybe. So you had a pretty good investment into a light, but it's something that I've used on every one of my videos, and you kind of need it. So I just didn't want to spend $1,000 on the Aperture 120D. But that is my key light, and I'm running it at about 15%, so it's not too much. You can definitely go brighter with this thing if you want more brightness. I personally kind of like my moodier videos, so I'm sitting around that 10 to 15% most of the time. But this is the lighting without my key light. You can kind of see all the different lights that are behind me. If you take off the edge light, now I'm pretty much being lit by the practicals, which brings me into the last light. In my other corner of the room, I'm using just kind of a LED shop light, aiming that way at a reflector, which is allowing a little bit of light reflection back. It's pretty much enough just to kind of fill a little bit on the side, a little bit on the front, make it a little bit more even. So when I have the key light on, I'm not getting like the super dramatic look like you can in some videos. If you're looking for the super dramatic look where you have a lot of shadow on one side, definitely don't use something like that, because that'll fill in a lot of the gaps on the one side. And then sometimes, you guys, I do have these Phillips Hue Bulbs that I use. On the backdrop where I have the kind of lightning bolt behind me, in that set, I'm actually using a Phillips Hue Bulb, just kind of a shop light aimed up at the wall. You can kind of set the different colors with those Phillips bulbs. Once again, I'm using purple on that. The only thing I will say about this is you do have to kind of check your shutter speed when using these bulbs, because sometimes they give you the little window blind effect with the LEDs, so you kind of might have to just bump up your shutter a notch. Another thing is too, is I do have those Phillips Hue bulbs in my ceiling light. I don't use this a lot, but you can have it so it just gets a little bit more light. Like right now, I just turn it on the lowest setting. Probably doesn't add much of a difference. Maybe touch. Sometimes you just need a little bit top-down light, so that's my color matched 5600K. You can change this thing to have different colors, different moods. You can go purple. You can go back to normal room color. So this is kind of like with lighting with the room on. It's not a flattering look at all. So usually I just keep my ceiling light off completely, and I only use the lights that are in my room. Otherwise, the rest of the stuff are all just kind of inexpensive lights. I think the Viltrox was like $40. The Wii light is like a $100 kit. All those little ones are like $40. You can get some of them even cheaper. Some of the other Wii light ones too also do plug into the app, so you can control the lights together, which is kind of nice. You can shut everything off. But pretty much I've put all my stuff here on my Alexa, so that I can control all the lights just by saying, you know, turn off studio or something to that effect, and it'll get everything to turn off and on at the same time. You can totally upgrade the look of your videos just by changing out a couple lights and how you kind of position them. All right, guys, that's all I have today. Don't forget to go check out Paul Feinberg's channel. Go pick up some of his sweet merch with his 1985 filmmaker kit. And if you like this video and it's been helpful, go hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other gear reviews and film tutorials. And as always, catch you on the next one. Later, guys. Oh, and don't worry, I'm not going to be starting a makeup channel anytime soon. Later.